I have to invite Debbie. Hi, everyone. Just waiting for Debbie to join. We'll get started in a few minutes. Hi, Christina. It's nice to see you. I'm going to see you in a couple months, actually. Excited for our concert. Let me just get a couple more things ready. Yeah, me too. It's going to be awesome. Hi, Glenda. Nice to see you from Atlanta. Just waiting for Debbie to join us. She's going to be here soon. Okay. This is a little strange for me. I'm not used to being on camera here. Hi, Robin. How are you? Nice to see you. I saw you in Miami last month. Oh, thank you. If Glenda says the lighting's good, then I believe her because I have no idea how any of this stuff works. I actually saw Glenda last month too in Miami. We were at the Gary V conference and it was spectacular. Wouldn't you guys agree? Who else was there? It was one day of just the most amazing content, and it was just so awesome and so relevant. Oh, good. The sound is good too. I'm happy to hear. I assume your stars comment has to do with Gary V, who, by the way, is in LA today. My son wanted to go. He was doing a pop-up for his new shoes, and my son wanted to go this morning, 7:30. And I said no. I just saw him last month, hung out with him last month. I'm good. So, hey, Daisy, nice to see you on here. Yeah, Agent 2021 was great, you guys. We had Tom was speaking there as well, and it was the first one of Gary V's conferences where it was his conference. He wasn't just a speaker. Oh, you saw the shoes? Yeah. That sounds like something my son would say. Glenda said they are lit. You're like in with the kids and their lingo. I'm just gonna keep an eye out for oh, Debbie's here. Hey, Debbie. Okay. I'm gonna add her.
There you are.
Oh, there we are. Debbie?
What? Yes, I'm right here. Hi.
Oh, the sound is a
There
little.
you are.
Yeah, the sound. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Carol. The sound is a little funny, so I'm just going to bring my Wi-Fi, my portable Wi-Fi in,
Um,
see if I can get it to work better.
um, earbuds. Try earbuds.
Earbuds. Okay. I'll be right back.
While she is going to get her earbuds, you guys let me know if you can hear me because I wanted to kind of bring you up to date on what we're going to be doing next month. Just let me know if you can hear me. Hello, Melissa Menard. Can you ladies hear me? Nobody's saying yes. Ah, perfect. Thank you, Emily. So hi, Miss Glenda. Um, Next month, the month of March, working moms. Now, some of you guys are like me. No kids in the house. I'm not really a working mom, but I remember what that was like. Maybe you don't have kids at all. I think there's a lot of things that we can still relate to. So I'm going to have 4 women talking next month about being a working mom and what that means. Ann Schreiber's already contributed. I'm inviting Becky Barrick out of the Washington State area, Karen Peters out of the New Jersey area. They're both going to be speaking on being a working mom. I'd love to hear from someone under the age of 40 that's in this group that is a working mom, or maybe 2 of you. I really would like to get a variety. So all you younger gals, if you're a working mom and you'd like to do an interview with me, private message me. Just send me a message and let me know right here, a private message, and let's talk about you doing an interview next month. I think there's some great information to come out of that. So please let me know if you would like to be interviewed, because the beauty of this group is the ability to give back. So that would be what you would be doing. That's next month. That's working moms. The following month, we're going to be working on online business, how to increase our online business. So I'm really excited about that one as well. So anybody that's got something cool that they're doing online, gosh, let me know. I'd love to interview you, have you join us on this page and talk about what you're doing. So today we've got Revi Mendelson. I'm really excited about this one because Revi does something called relationship marketing. So I'm really excited about having her talk about how she expands her database of past clients and centers of influence through relationship marketing. So Revi, are you all hooked in?
You know what? My earbuds aren't really working great, but I can hear you now. But Debbie, I'm going to ask you to call me Revi, just because Riva is not my name. But
oh, I'm sorry. Oh, listen, I answered at anything, so I'll call you Revi. So, in fact, I have a really great guy friend that's named Revi. He just spells it with 2 V's.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, he's out of Boston. Yeah, super guy that works for Bank of America, and his name is Revi, R-E-V-V-I.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I have the same name. I just spell it R-E-V-I. Perfect. Okay, great.
So, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so first of all, tell them. Now we know your name. Tell them where your marketplace is, all of the areas that you cover.
So I am in the Los Angeles area. My office is in Beverly Hills, but I mostly work out of home, which is I'm just a mile or 2 south of my office. Sorry, my dog is doing something over there. Okay, he stopped. I cover basically the west side of LA, which includes Beverly Hills, Brentwood, Santa Monica, Culver City, West LA, Mar Vista, and I also end up going a little bit further out as well. I just closed a deal in Burbank, and I closed a deal in Studio City in the last couple of weeks. But I basically, because my business is relationship marketing based, I go where my clients take me. So I don't necessarily have a farm in the traditional sense of the way we all think of a farm. So, but I like to stay a little close because the traffic is really bad in LA, in case you didn't know.
So would you say that you have more of a demographic farm versus a geographic farm?
That is a good way to look at it. I never really classified it that way, but I would say yes. It started out, and you mentioned working moms. It's interesting that you brought that up because that's how it started. So I was in this moms group online, and there's, I think, 14,000 families on the west side of LA in this moms group, and I joined it 14 years ago, okay, when I became a mom. And it all just happened by accident. So I started going on this group and basically kind of answering people's questions. I'm kind of a, when someone needs advice, I just have some good practical advice, and people would just write in questions. It was like mom advice. It was relationship advice. It was anything to do with living on the west side of LA. And I just started becoming an active participant in this Yahoo group. And then I was advertising in the group, and I'm actually the only realtor advertising in the group. I have an exclusive with the start
Wow.
of the group, and advertises there twice a month. But before that, it just sort of evolved naturally. And to be honest, I wasn't in coaching, so I didn't even know how to set up a real estate business. You know, now we've all learned like the methods and pillars of you know, leads and whatever all the terminology is. I can't really remember. I'm a little nervous right now. But so, you know, it just sort of evolved where I became this sort of real estate resource, or even a resource for anything on that site, because I know a little bit about a lot of things. And it just sort of turned into an amazing lead generation opportunity for me.
So it sounds like that was the beginning of your relationship marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Where does your business come from then? That group, or other past clients and centers of influence as well?
So it's interesting, actually, what evolved out of that, and I still use it. It's my main, it's one of my largest pillars, I'll say, because I have a few others, or a few other ways that I nurtured that pillar and a few others. What I noticed was some moms started posting about how do you meet other moms? How do you make other friends? Because, you know, there's a difference between online and in person. And so this one woman posted something, this was about 1.5 years ago, and she said, you know, I'm new to the city. My kids are little. How do I make friends? And you know, a whole bunch of people chimed in, like, if I were you, I would do this, or I'll be your friend. And then I wrote back and I said, if I were you, I'd reach out to every one of these moms in this who are answering you and get together with them. And then I'm like, I'm going to do that. So I created actually a mom's night out. I said, let me do that for you. And I created a mom's night out, and once a month, I invite moms from this group and from a couple of other moms group I'm in to get out once a month and just hang out with other moms. And that turned into a referral source. And I didn't talk about real estate. It was just what happened naturally. So I sponsor.
You know, it's funny you would say that. I have another client in New Jersey, and she's involved in this town. It's the name of the town, Working Moms. And she got involved in that a few years ago. I would highly recommend, especially with us talking about working moms next month, for relationship marketing, see if there's a name of your town, like for me, Simpsonville Working Moms, or whatever the name of the town is, Working Moms. I would check that out if I were each one of you on Facebook. Let us know, you know, respond back here. If you checked it out and there is one, get involved.
You can start one.
I think it's an excellent idea.
Debbie, you can start one if there isn't one.
Yes, you can.
It's
yes,
so
you can.
easy.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea.
Well, you know,
so tell us how you would start
well, this happened again, all this stuff happens organically, it seems. I think there are like thousands of opportunities out there. You just have to like put them together and turn them into something. That's just my belief in life. It is my philosophy. So basically what I did was I posted on that post where the woman said she was lonely and didn't have any friends. And I said, and I started a Google form, which I can help. Anybody needs help with that, I can show you how to do that. And I created a
Okay, so wait a minute, stop. You started a Google forum?
Form. So on
form,
yeah,
Google
so
form.
It's like an online survey. You can just go into Google Forms, FORMS, and you can create a form that just you decide what the fields say: name, number of kids, where you live, which nights of the week are good for you. Are you interested in joining a book club? I added that question just for fun. So I can.
Would you share your form with us? Excellent. That would be
sure.
wonderful.
Let me make notes so I don't forget.
Yeah. So how did you find the people to invite?
So I took that form and I learned about Bitly's from Tom, and I created a Bitly so I could track and measure, and I shared the Bitly on that post of the lonely mom. I call her the lonely mom. And I don't know if it's her, by the way. I don't know if I ever met her because she had the organizer of the group post anonymously because she didn't want people to know it was her that was lonely. And this is what was so interesting about it, is we couldn't even help her directly because we didn't even know who she was. She posted anonymously. So on that post, I said, you know what, I've been inspired to create this group. Here's a link. If you're interested in joining us, we're going to get together one night a month, fill out this information. And the beauty of Google Forms is it comes back to you in a spreadsheet. So I didn't have to look through everything. I could just go through a spreadsheet. And then I started categorizing who the people were based on their location. I color-coded them because not everybody that lives on the west side is willing to drive to the valley at 5 o'clock. I mean, nobody would unless you're crazy because the traffic is horrible going north, which you learn living in LA. And not everybody in the valley is willing to come to the west side. So I kind of split them up. But to answer your question, I got the people from the groups I was already in. So I started advertising. In addition to my real estate advertisements, at the bottom of them, I would write, Mom's Night Out coming up, click here to join. And then that's how it sort of grew. I think we don't get 100 people out, but there's about 175 on that list of local moms. So it's pretty great. I mean, the way we started out was I approached a restaurant and I said, look, these are moms in the area. Most are new to the area. They're not familiar with your restaurant. I'd love to host a mom's night out here. And they sponsored it. They paid for it. They're like, we'll do free appetizers. It was crazy.
Wow. Wow. That's really good.
Well, the hostess said, well, she's like, we do a business card drawing, every month. She goes, why don't we just make you the winner this month? I'm like, I'm okay with that. And she hosts.
Okay, so you got
free.
So keep going.
So it was free. It was an event that was free.
It's phenomenal.
And all I gotta do is ask. What's the worst that can happen? I always say to my kids, you don't ask, you don't get. Right? That's it. So I figured, what do I have to lose? And I'm bringing them value because I'm bringing them women that are new to town, that don't know the area, and I'm going to introduce them to a fantastic restaurant. Right?
Okay, so that's one thing you do. Now, do you staying in touch with this group? Do you call them? Do you mail to them? How do you stay in touch?
Okay, so this kind of brings us to the next part of what I wanted to share today. This is something that I do with all of my clients, and this is something that was introduced to me about 2 years ago, and it was the key that was missing for me in my business. So when I work with a client, I'm sure a lot of you are like this. When I work with a client, I put my heart and soul in it. I give them everything. We are like best friends for that 30 days. We talk on the phone. They need something. They call anytime. We are talking. In fact, when I close a transaction, we miss each other. Like, it's sad because it's like, okay, now we're not going to have to talk every day. But I'm like, you can still call me. But I was missing the piece of keeping in touch with my clients. I tried the sending out the emails. I tried I didn't try the calling. I never do the calling. It's the truth. I own it. I don't do calling. I don't. But I decided that not to say that you shouldn't, you should, but I don't. And what I found were these cards. And so what I do is I actually know people's birthdays from Facebook, because one thing I did with these Moms Nights Out is I created a Facebook group called Revi's Moms Nights Out. So I had everybody's Facebook information. And so what I do is I send them birthday cards. So I create birthday cards similar to this, which are pictures from there.
Oh, oh, you sent one to me. I am dying to know how you do that. It is the coolest thing I've ever,
Right?
ever gotten.
It's
How, what do you pull the pictures off Facebook?
yes, yes. Listen.
And how do you create
So
it?
I use a service called Send Out Cards, and I'm happy to share that too if anybody wants information about it. It is, it happens to be a company that is a network marketing company, but I don't care because the product is great. I happen to be a distributor, but only because it works perfectly into what I'm already doing, and I'll explain what that is. So we pull pictures off of Facebook, and we put them into the program, and I can do, if you want, we can do another live with a demo where I can show you my screen and show you what I do. And actually a few people have, yeah, Daisy's gotten one too, and Christina, I know, does it with me, and Glenda does it with me. So we just pull the pictures off of Facebook, and here's the thinking behind it, okay? Nobody prints pictures anymore. Would you agree? Nobody prints pictures anymore.
Right.
That's number one. Oh, Mari too does it with me. Number two, people are posting stuff on Facebook of things that they love, right? You're not going to put up something that you hate. You're going to put up something that you love. And it's usually a picture of your kid, or it's a picture of your dog, or it's a picture of your horse, Debbie, you know, or it's a picture of your new car, or whatever it is. And because nobody prints pictures anymore, I am providing them with not only a hard copy of something they're never going to go to Walgreens to print, but it's also something they love. And the idea for me behind it is I get actual joy out of giving this to people. It makes
and the person that gets it loves it. So what does something like that cost? Yeah, what's the cost?
The total cost of the card, including a stamp, is $1.67. Think about that for a second.
That's for a birthday card. That's an expensive.
Do you know how much?
That's
do you know how much it costs at Target for a birthday card these days? $5.99. If it has sparkles on it, it's more. You know, right? A little bit of glitter.
That's good for Glenda to know.
Yeah. So I make these cards, and here's the thing: they're not going to throw it away because it has pictures of their beautiful babies on them, or whatever. And on the back is my branding.
Oh yeah, it's great. So why don't you schedule a time when you can just record this and post it here so that anyone can go and see step by step how to do it. I think that's great. Now, are there any other groups that you use send out cards for?
So we go through every month, the month before, my assistant and I, we go through the birthday list, and we see whose birthdays are coming up, and I tell her who to send a card to, and then okay, I don't know if I should reveal this secret, but I don't make the cards, my assistant does.
I think that's really smart. Good for you.
It still comes from my heart, but she does it.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you look at it. So do you have to have a subscription to send out cards in order to use this?
Yes, so it's
and what does that cost?
So there's different packages, and it just depends on the level of branding that you're interested in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you. This is my handwriting.
Right. You have it. It looks like it's handwritten, but it's not.
No. This is my.
So you do write it.
Well, you digitize your handwriting in the system, and then you type it, and it looks like you wrote it, which is, you know, super cool. So a package, it really just depends. You could do a la carte, but you won't have your branding on the back. I think it's a missed opportunity because your branding isn't on the back. I think that's super important.
I agree.
But so you can do that, and then you're looking at about, I think it comes out to about $2 a card. Your points are a little bit more expensive because you buy gifts and cards with points. It's a whole thing. But anyways, if you want to just join and just, you know, have the basics, the branding, and it doesn't include the handwriting, I think it's about $200 for your first year. And every year thereafter, I think it's $98. So you're basically paying just to get the setup fee done. It's kind of like when you get Microsoft on your computer, you have to pay for the licensing fee the first time around.
Right. So you do the cards. You're in the moms
Hmm.
group. What else are you doing to build that relationship? Because for many people, they've got to start a relationship. They've got to create the group. What else do you do to add to your database of past clients and centers of influence?
Well, I just want to take a step back because the first part that I was missing at the beginning years was actually maintaining that relationship with what I had already invested my heart and soul into. What's that
Mm-hmm.
phrase they say, like, it costs, X number of dollars to retain a new client, and what's that, what I'm talking about? Like, they talk about
Yeah, it costs a lot more to get
than
them
to keep them.
than it does to
Right.
retain them.
And I
Yeah.
was missing the boat on
So
that. So I think that's the part that I don't want to gloss over, because I think that's the part that's really, really important, is to focus on
yeah.
what you already have. I've already given you my heart and soul. You already like me. We've already done a transaction together. Why aren't I keeping in touch with you?
Oh yes, I agree 100%. So you do the
Hmm.
cards. You're on Facebook with them. Is there anything else that you do to maintain that relationship? Do you make phone calls?
No, no.
Okay, so that might be something we should add. As a coach, I might just say, "Gosh, Revi, maybe call a couple of them." I don't know. You might want to make some
I know
calls.
you're right, and I'm embarrassed. I'm blushing right now because I'm busted, and I know it. But so the other thing I do is, again, it has to do with the cards, is when we close a transaction, I send a card to the clients, and this is just a picture I reprinted. I don't know if you can see it. I take a picture
Yes.
of the clients in front of their property with my sign that says "Another buyer represented by Revi," if it's a purchase. And then this is the actual cover of the card I sent them right after we closed. And I'm sending this to them, so A, they have a memory of the day they closed with my name on it. And I
Very good.
also send them um, a box of brownies. And the box of brownies comes with the card in a glassine envelope, this is someone else sent me this card. This isn't, I just wanted to show you the glassine envelope. And it comes with 2 brownies in it. This costs me $10.07, including the card and the postage and the brownies. So right after we close, I also give them a closing gift, don't get me wrong, but I want them to I want them to get their first piece of mail to be a nice little package at their new house.
Mm-hmm.
Then what I do in the
Mm-hmm.
card system is I have them set up in an automated set it and forget it program, where in 6 months' time they're going to get a card from me, 6 months from closing date, that says, and this isn't the one, but it will say "Happy 6-month homeowner anniversary." And then in
Mm-hmm.
1 year's time, it's going to send them another one that says "Happy home anniversary" with a box of brownies. So this is something that as soon as I close, they go into the system and I don't have to even deal with it. It's just done.
So you're not doing the brownies. There's a service that
The
does that
card
for
service
you.
does it.
Yeah. What I love about that is you do the brownies when they close and you do it again in a year. That kind of consistency really connects your name to it. I think that's very smart that you're doing the same thing one year
Every
in.
every year though,
That
Debbie,
is.
on year 2, they're getting another card with a box of brownies. And don't forget, they're also getting a holiday card from me. They're also getting a birthday card that's custom with their pictures. And they're
Mm-hmm.
getting, this is like these touches during, again, they're not getting the phone calls. I'll work on that. But they're getting these touches throughout the year that are very personalized. I'm remembering their home anniversary. I'm
Mm-hmm.
remembering their birthday. When you send somebody a card with pick up this, you guys might recognize this dog. This is Dawn Maloney's dog. She got her new little cute dog, and she posted these pictures on Facebook, and I just couldn't resist. And
Mm-hmm.
Anne, thank you, Anne. I love sending them. And just made this ridiculous card, for her. But if I'll see, what I do is I monitor, I use Facebook like crazy, and I monitor Facebook for life
Mm-hmm.
celebrations and life events. It's not just birthdays. So their
Mm-hmm.
son graduated from
Smart.
college. They got a new dog. Their son got his karate black belt, and they're posting about this stuff. They're sharing it with us. We need to celebrate them. And that's what it's all about. It's about celebrating other people and bringing other people joy. And you know what? I've had people say to me, what if they don't respond? I'm like, I don't care. I got joy out of it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not doing it for that.
So Christina asks, do you just ask them for their addresses if you don't have them?
Yes. Yep, that's exactly what, you know what, I'll tell you, you've probably, some of you have gotten emails, my assistant's the one typing them, you don't know that, it looks like it's me, in Facebook Messenger, where she just says, may I have your address? And, you know, the odd person is like, who is this? You know, how do I know it's not a spammer? How did we meet? And then I write back saying, we met on this day, and you know, you get a few skeptics, but then as soon as, you know, that's life. You don't let the negative people, you know, ruin it for you.
Absolutely. And I think it is a great idea. I think everyone should look at the cost versus their income, because everyone's commission check can be different. It's different in California, certainly, than it is in Kentucky. So I think you have to look at, and you can still do something like what she's doing, and make it consistent, and it may not be as expensive. There are plenty of options out there. I think the key here is creating the relationship. I believe is the consistency of reaching out, whether it's through the cards, or it's through the brownies, or it's through a phone call, or it's through an event that you hold every year. It's the consistency of reaching out, because in this busy world with the World Wide Web, everyone is getting your clients' information. It's not just yours anymore. So we have to do these things more so than ever now. So I think it's good that you do it. Anything else you want to add in the couple minutes that we have left to share with them?
So just some more comments on what you said. Do you remember a few years back, people would say, let's go back to what we used to do. Let's get clients back in our cars, because we stopped doing that. Let's remember, at one point people slowed down on postcards, so then postcards became super effective, because people weren't spending money on postcards. I would say about, what would you say, like 5 years ago, there was like a slowdown on postcards when the market slowed and people stopped spending the money.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then all of a sudden the postcards became novel-ish, because there weren't 10 in your mailbox, there was only one. And again, not to harp on the cards, but no one sends cards anymore. People just post happy birthday on Facebook. And so if you're doing something like that to stand out, and I mean, Glenda, if I may call you out, I sent Glenda a card, and she called me and she said, Revi, how did you write on that? I've been looking at it for 10 minutes and I can't figure out how you got your hand. I said, Glenda, you won't find a fingerprint of mine on that card, because I never touched it. I did it through the computer. She was like, I need to know how this works. And, you know, I showed it to her. But here's like an intelligent woman that like is a master at marketing, looked at this and it looked like I wrote on it. And you know what I'm saying? So
that's the beauty of this group. Everyone has something great to share. So, and I'm so glad you're doing this. So yes.
So yeah. So I'm not. I know I keep talking about the cards, but the cards are my main marketing spend. They make me super happy, and nobody's doing it. No one's doing it anymore. So why not?
Absolutely.
So
I totally agree. So please share with us. And ladies, thank you all for joining us. If you've got questions, post them here. I do want to remind you, next Wednesday at this time, Peggy Lynn Spiker is going to be having a conversation with us about how she's built her database and how she stays in touch. And this is going to be a wonderful thing for her with her new move in her life. So I want to encourage you to join us next Wednesday. Revi, thank you very much for doing this. And everybody go out there and have a wonderful WiRE day.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.